can see you from behind. You can hear me in your mind.
Dare to play. That looks like the image on the letter. It looks like I could pry this open if I had the right tool.
Hi!
What's that wooden thing in the garden?
The tree?
No, the wooden thing that makes the knocking noise.
The door?
No, the thing.
I'm teasing. You're thinking of the deer scare.
Maybe. What is it?
It uses flowing water to make weird knocking noises that scare away the deer so they don't eat all of the flowers.
Oh, that's neat. Does it work?
I don't know. Deer still eat the flowers, but it's hard to tell if they're scared or not. All their expressions pretty much look the same. Kind of like this. Hi!
Have you read Savannah's book?
Yeah, she spelled my name wrong. She's not a good speller. Maybe she's being haunted by the ghost of bad spelling.
Do you think there's anything to what it says?
I remember when she was here. She has this way of looking at you. It's like she knows if you're telling her the truth or not. I'm glad she's back into regular journalism instead of this ghost nonsense. It really seemed to take its toll on her.
What do you mean?
She's the real deal. Not that I'm saying she can communicate with ghosts, but she really believes in all of that. And watching her, the way she'd walk around here in these half-terrified days, it made you worry about her.
If you don't believe in ghosts, why did you worry?
Because believing in something, that makes it real to you. To her, that whole other world is real, and that is still a very dangerous thing. A ghost doesn't need to be real to haunt you.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Catch you around!
This must have meant something to Kasumi if she went through so much trouble to hide it.
What's going on?
Miwako seems like she's having sort of a rough week. Has she said anything to you about it?
Oh, yeah. She's told me plenty.
Really? Like what?
Brah. Same old story she breaks out every time she's in a bad mood. I don't want to talk about it.
I saw the article about what happened to your mother.
I'm busy. Maybe you should go.
It said that you were the first one to find her. That must have been very hard.
I said I'm busy. That means leave me alone. Now. Can you come back in a bit? I'm busy right now. I should get back to work.
Hi.
Was Yumi here earlier?
Yes.
Really? I'm sorry I missed her.
Don't be. Anyway, it's always Blink and you'll miss her with Yumi. You'd think she was allergic to this place, which is fine by me.
Why's that?
Look, I know she's fun at first, but it's like strangers get fun Yumi, and all we get is touchy, angry Yumi these days.
Why do you think that is? If you didn't work here, what would you do?
You know, it's been so long since I've been asked that. I don't know. something very different, something exciting with Rentaro.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Hello, Nancy-san.
Do you believe that people have a sense of what's to come?
You probably think I'm silly, but I do.
Did Kasumi believe this?
Why do you ask?
Was she worried about things before the accident?
I'm sorry. I must prepare. I have more lessons. Hello, Nancy-san.
Were you ever married?
Of course.
Your husband, he
would have been very impressed with you. He loved questions too. My friends would say, "Tell him enough with the interrogations." But if he liked someone, he wanted to know everything.
Did you rewrite my name in red ink?
What do you mean?
The name scroll in my room, it's red now.
It's nothing to worry about. I'll have it removed.
Isn't it a bad omen to have your name written in red?
No, just don't worry about it. It is nothing. Can I help you with anything else?
Can you tell me a little about Kasumi?
She would have been quite fond of you.
Why's that?
She always loved people who think for themselves, and she loved stubbornness.
Hey!
That is not always a bad quality, Nancy-san. Kasumi herself is very stubborn, was very stubborn. But it made her the most beloved of the children in her school when she was young. She could never stand to see injustice done to others. It made me very proud of her, but that also has its bad side.
How so?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't bore you. You must not worry about these things, Nancy-san.
What happened the night Kasumi died?
It is not always good to be so curious, Nancy-san.
I'll let you go.
Goodbye.
Hi.
I really like your apartment.
You do? Thanks. It's just a 1K. That's code around here for tiny and overpriced, but the location is great and it's mine. I love it.
When did you move out of the ryokan?
The second I was old enough to sign a lease. Best decision I've ever made. No late night room service. No annoying tourists calling up at 4 in the morning. I adore that apartment. I wonder if it knows. I'm going to get it something nice today. A new doormat or something.
Have Miwako and Rentaro been dating long?
It's hard to backdate that sort of thing, so let's just say they've been dating somewhere between 2 and 1,000 years.
Is it just me, or do things seem a little strained between Miwako and Rentaro?
Do they? Come on, make with the details.
I don't really know. It's just an impression.
Ugh, boring. Nancy, if we're going to be gossip buddies, you're going to have to work on your follow-through.
Miwako seems a little annoyed with Rentaro.
Well, that's not surprising. Rentaro is super annoying. Super annoying. It's part of this reverse psychology bizarre charm he's got. When he's in one of his hyper Rentaro moods, it's like hanging out with a puppy. Except Rentaro is housebroken, and he doesn't go all crazy when there's a cat outside. Well, most times he doesn't.
Do you see Rentaro much?
Oh yeah, he loves the city. He's here every chance he can get.
Do you know why he's so eager to move to the city?
Oh, he's been that way forever. When we were kids, he and I used to jump on the train the second my mom turned her back. We weren't supposed to go into the city unsupervised, so Miss I'd rather break a bone than a Rura Miwako never came. Although, maybe she was right about that. We got in so much trouble every time.
Do you know what Rentaro wants to do once he moves to Kyoto?
Tech something? I sort of don't listen to him when he's being boring about things.
I got that picture you sent. How did you do all of the designs?
I did it at the Purikura booth. They're everywhere around here. They're these picture booths, and you get to choose decorations and you can write out your own messages.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is. Everyone uses them. Keep an eye out, and I'll send you some more.
I love the picture of George.
Thanks.
That last picture of you is great.
Yeah, I love that one.
I found Savannah's ghost book in your apartment. Can you tell me more about that?
She's some sort of ghost hunter or something. I don't know much about it, okay?
But she did a chapter on the Ryokan.
Yeah, well, just because my grandmother believes in that junk doesn't mean I do.
I'll let you go.
See you later!
Hello, Nancy-san.
I need to know, do you believe the Ryokan is haunted?
Yes, Nancy-san. This isn't a trick someone is doing. Kasumi, she is still here. I can feel it. She's trapped and she's scared. And she's angry.
Do you really believe that?
When I was a girl, the most beautiful sparrow from the garden flew into my room. I had been trying to lure it in with seeds I'd stolen from the gardens for weeks. At first, I was so excited to have her in my room. But not for long. She couldn't find her way back out. She became very scared, threw herself into the walls in a panic. I was so worried she would die. She was so small and so frightened. I opened the windows wide and snuck out of the room to let her calm down. An hour passed, then 2, 3. I'd opened the door, and still she'd be there, crashing into the glass, trying so desperately to get free.
Did she get out?
Kasumi is still here. I must help her.
Hello.
Why does Takai think your mother's ghost...
Stop. I don't indulge her, and don't you do it either.
So you don't believe it?
That's my mother you're talking about, Nancy. You forget that.
I'll stop bugging you now.
See you later.
Hi.
Yumi said that you want to move to the city.
Well, yeah. I mean, given the choice, everyone wants to live in the city. The country is fine, the mountains are great, but you look at one and you pretty much got it figured out. It's big, it's rocky, it's a mountain, case closed. But the city is interesting and quirky and confounding and amazing.
What do you want to do in Kyoto?
Since I was a kid, I wanted to work in the tech sector. But now, everything's moving so fast. And in 10 years, I can't even imagine. And you've got to be there to be a part of it.
Why doesn't Miwako want to move into the city?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've been trying to figure that one out for a long time. Considering everything that's happened here, why would anyone want to stay?
What do you mean? I'll stop bugging you now.
See you later.
Huh?
Do you remember what room you stayed in at the Ryokan?
Oh, now that was so long ago, I don't even have the slightest.
Do you remember anything?
I remember I was on the second floor, and it had this strange passageway in it, but that's about it. I got the impression they weren't too crazy about having me stay there, so maybe you should check the records for a room that they don't let out to customers.
A passageway? To where?
Yeah, it was bizarre. I don't really remember exactly where it went. Down into the basement, maybe? Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to explore the room before I had to leave.
Can you tell me anything else about your stay here?
Not much to tell. I had to leave too soon. Such a sweet family. I hate to think of what those poor girls are going through. Losing their mother so young and then having them hauntings to deal with.
Bye.
Bye now.
I should find something that matches that symbol. I should find something that matches that symbol. I can't get out. The door won't open. What's going on? The door won't open. What's going on? These look like mirror images. I bet if I could match these up perfectly, I could get out. I'm getting out of here, now.
Savannah here.
Can you think of anything else about the room you stayed in when you were here?
Not really. I'm sorry, Nancy. Oh, wait a minute now. Come to think of it, it had a carved wooden bird that triggered the passage. I hope that helps.
I'll let you go.
Bye now.
I should find something that matches that symbol. This carving must be the trigger to the secret passage that Savannah mentioned. Whoa! What is going on with the water? I don't like the looks of that pool. It looks like they really wanted to keep people out of here. I wonder why. Still have to do that. Check. Did that. It looks like I need another set of numbers. There's a hidden message. I need to talk to Yumi about this.
What's going on?
There's a hidden message in all those pictures you sent, isn't there?
What do you mean?
All of these pictures together show a set of numbers in Japanese. This can't just be a coincidence. You're trying to tell me something, aren't you?
You're sure they mean something? Maybe you've been spending a little too much time at the ryokan.
I'm positive.
You're right. Nice job, Nancy.
But why would you do that? Why not just ask me?
I know you want to help, Nancy, but that doesn't mean you can help. If you could break this code, I knew you could help me, and you did.
But what do these numbers mean?
That's the next step. Take a good look around. Think about situations where numbers come in handy.
Can you tell me a little bit more?
I would, but I'm falling way behind as it is. I need your help. Come on. Nancy, great job. Autoso, Nancy, bad news.
What do you mean?
I didn't notice how late it was getting. I sort of made you miss your last train back to the ryokan. You're not mad, are you?
No, I'm sure I'll figure something out.
I want you to stay at my apartment tonight. I ought to stay at a friend's. I do this all of the time for Rentaro, so I'm not taking no on this one.
Thanks. These look like the numbers for one of Rentaro's nonogram puzzles. What's going on? What was that?
What's going on?
I think someone was outside your apartment trying to scare you last night.
What do you mean?
I woke up in the middle of the night and there was this weird writing on the window. And it said, "I know your secret, Yumi. See you again soon."
That's not funny, Nancy.
I wasn't trying to be funny. It's true.
That was written on my window, in my apartment. You're not lying?
I'm not.
You swear?
I promise you. What does it mean?
It means my grandmother is right.
What was she right about?
Nancy, don't go back to the ryokan. Just go home, okay? Find your friends and go home.
A hidden compartment. Who would hide something here? no! I better find a way to cut these cords in half, and fast! The joint near the elbow looks a lot like what Rentaro was working on in his shed. I definitely don't want to go in there.
Hello, Nancy-san.
Did you know about Kasumi's will?
She did not have a will. She was too young.
She did. I found it.
No, you don't understand what you found. Whatever that says, she didn't mean it.
How would you know if she didn't mean it?
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You didn't tell the girls what their mother really wanted because you're afraid of losing the Ryukon. You made up all of this ghost business to scare the girls into doing what you want.
Stop! Stop! You're wrong.
I don't buy it.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Try me.
I can't lose them too.
There's no guaranteeing that they'll leave if they know the truth.
Yes, there is. There is too much sadness for them here. They've forgotten about how things used to be before she died. They've forgotten about how this used to be our home.
But why would you fake these hauntings if you want them to stay?
I would never do that.
I think maybe I jumped to a decision too quickly.
I know you mean well, Nancy-san. You can't help us here. But thank you for trying.
What really happened to Kasumi? I need to know.
The police said it was an accident. It wasn't an accident.
What did happen?
It was my job to take care of the bass. I was supposed to be there. She was supposed to be meeting with that pen pal friend of hers downtown. She was so excited to go. I should have let her go. I should have taken care of everything myself. But I didn't want to. I didn't like her going into the city. I didn't like that pen pal of hers, always getting her so wound up about leaving here. So, I played sick so she couldn't go.
I don't understand.
The pool ledges are very slippery. You must know where to walk. There was a reason I never let her do that part. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was too selfish. She drowned that night in the baths. It should have been me down there. And she knows that.
You can't blame yourself for that.
You don't understand.
I do. Accidents happen. As much as we wish they didn't, you can't keep everyone safe, no matter how hard you try.
It is different for a parent, Nancy-san.
Miwako and Yumi blame themselves, too. If you can't let Kasumi go, how will you be able to help the girls?
I don't know if I can do that.
No, not quite right.
This must be the recorder Rintaro was talking about earlier. I'll take this and leave the other one here. I should translate this and figure out what he's up to. What are you doing in here? You're the one trying to scare everyone away, aren't you?
No, Nancy. I'm not trying to scare everyone away. I am scaring everyone away. The ryokan needs to close down.
But why would you want to close this place down?
Look around you. Does this look like a good place? Everyone can sense it immediately, and it makes them leave. Everyone but you. But when I tell Miwako that you're here to collect info for Savannah's next book, you'll be out of here too.
I've got to find a way to keep him from escaping. Not so fast. I've got to find a way to convince everyone about Rentaro, quickly. I don't get it. You're the one who told me the ghosts aren't real.
No one usually listens to that line because they want to believe in the ghosts. I didn't start that. They did. They wanted a show, and I gave it to them because enough with them and enough of this place. I asked Miwako to leave. I even left myself.
Why did you come back?
I can't leave Miwako here alone. I need to convince her to leave or close this place down. It doesn't matter to me. But you, it's time that you leave. Now.
Look familiar? It's been on this whole time. I just push this button and I'll send everything you said to every voicemail box in the place.
No. Don't.
Why shouldn't I? After everything you've done, your ghost almost drowned me.
I really screwed up here. Let me be the one to tell her. If I do, she might forgive me. Eventually.
Okay, but I'll be watching. You'd better do it.
Thanks, Nancy. Oh, this is going to be terrible, isn't it? Okay.
Dear Hannah, Rentaro confessed to Miwako and Takai. It was not a pretty sight. After many months of apologizing and begging, Miwako agreed to allow Rentaro to undo some of the damage he'd done to the ryokan's reputation. Instead of scaring away guests, Rentaro was using his skills to modernize the ryokan in small, Takai-approved ways. Miwako broke up with Rentaro after he confessed. He's hopeful that one day she'll change her mind. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were him. Once the girls found out Kasumi's true wishes, everyone agreed that the ryokan should be passed on to Miwako. Miwako accepted the position. As the official owner, she started to really enjoy her work, and it shows. Now that there's no pressure to take over the family business, Yumi's been spending more time at the inn. She's even agreed to expand her business to include catering to the ryokan. Thanks to Yumi's incessant pushing, Miwako finally agreed to spend a little time in the city. From the looks of it, she had a great time. No longer worried about losing the ryokan, Takai is finding herself busier than ever. Her classes in the traditional arts are booked for months in advance. She said she'd always fit me in for a calligraphy lesson, even if it may be a bit of a lost cause. From what I hear, the ryokan's no longer the creepy place I remember. Customers are returning with a vengeance. Guess that means it'll be harder for me to get reservations next time I visit. As for me, I finally got to spend some time in the town with Bess and George, and it was worth the wait. From the boutiques to the traditional cultural exhibits throughout the city, I don't think we've ever had so much fun on a trip. See you soon. Love, Nancy. Residents of a German castle are being terrorized by a fearsome creature, and it's up to me to crack the case. Once I arrive at the castle, I begin to suspect that there may be more to this monster story than just superstition. As monster sightings become more frequent and creepy signs begin appearing, I find myself in danger of becoming the monster's next victim. Join me as I try to solve the case without becoming another entry in the castle's long and grisly history. In my next adventure, The Captive Curse.
I can see